What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. With all of the news surrounding Season 3 of Black Ops 6 recently releasing, we also got some news regarding Ricochet anti-cheat and some changes they are making. And I'm just going to come out and say this right away. I don't really care what they say when it comes to changes. I care whether or not those changes actually matter. And if we want to talk about something actually mattering, it's this. 20 plus cheat makers and dozens of cheat resellers are out of business, and we're not slowing down since the launch of Black Ops 6. That matters. I know that I harp a lot on fixing the cheating problem in Call of Duty, and yes, I believe proper anti-cheat measures matter, but this is something that I will continue to praise Activision for. And I'm not normally the guy to do that. But if you want these cheats out of the game, you have to go after the people that are creating them. Make it so it does not become a profitable business. Make it so that they are tied up in legal litigation so that you are the ones that are having a better experience as a result. If you are against this, you're part of the problem. So that's what I want to start my video off with, because I do think it is important to highlight something like this. But let's go to the rest of what came out regarding the Ricochet anti-cheat system. First, spam reporting does nothing. You've said spam reporting does not impact a player's account status. Is that true? Whether it's in-game or if a cheat developer creates a hack to submit 10,000 reports, spam reporting does nothing. Subsequent reports provide no additional information. You already told us someone seems fishy. Submitting the same report again doesn't add more detail. In fact, spamming reports beyond malicious reporting being against our policy reduces the trust we have in future reports from an account and may result in punitive measures. So what I gather from this is if you want to continuously spam the same account saying these guys are cheating so that Activision takes note, they don't really care. And I think that makes sense. I don't think spam reporting should ever be something that is taken into account when deciding if an account is actually cheating or not. What matters is the facts. Is this account doing something fishy? Does it seem as if they are utilizing wall hacks or aimbotting or whatever it might be? I think that's important to note. We're also going to see an update with Season 3 to the kill cam. And I think this is insanely important, especially in a game like Black Ops 6 that has so many different factors that show you where a player is, where it's not even a hack. Maybe it's recon. Maybe it's that camera that reveals where players are. Whatever it might be, it's not always hacks that are resulting in you dying. So they're going to add this, which shows what you were affected by. Unsuppressed weapon, live ping, maybe it's the camera, maybe it's recon, whatever it might be. At least now you are giving more detail to what is going on so you can better understand how you died. Because I do believe there are a lot of people that claim they are being killed by cheaters who are not in fact being killed by cheaters. And I think this will allow you to better identify cheaters. Because if your kill cam explains one way that you died, but in reality, this person was following you through walls and it makes no sense that they would have been able to do that, you have a cheater on your hands. So I think this is going to help them out massively. So this is another win. Honestly, I didn't think that I'd be praising Activision this much, but here we are. It's a weird time. And while we're praising some of the changes Activision makes, it's surprising they didn't do this sooner. But starting with Black Ops 6 Season 3 multiplayer ranked play, Activision says if you play against a cheater and lose the match, once the cheater is detected and banned, they will grant players who lost the match their SR back. Why this wasn't in the game at launch, nobody knows, but better late than never, I guess. So now let's move to unlock tools. And for those of you who are unfamiliar what unlock tools are, it essentially allows you to unlock any camo you want, any skin that you want, anything that the game has offered, you can unlock for free. So obviously this has created a dent in Activision's business model, because if you can just buy one of these unlock tools and be able to gain access to everything the game offers, including microtransactions, they don't want to see that. So they've finally taken some action. A message from Team Ricochet. Any attempt to unlock or equip camos through exploits or unauthorized methods will result in account enforcement. We have issued temporary bans to accounts in violation of Call of Duty security and enforcement policy for having equipped weapon camos not legitimately attainable in multiplayer and Warzone. Do not trust any suspicious websites or offers for in-game items such as COD points, cosmetic items, add-ons, or other digital content. Also, avoid services that offer leveling up or other artificial game progression services. Not only are these services in violations of our terms of use, they can also lead to a compromised account and expose your personal information. So yeah, this sounds great. I'm happy they're doing this. But again, what matters is what happens when it's put into practice. What are the actions from this? What are the results going to be? They've said a lot of words over the course of the last 2 years with Ricochet anti-cheat and changes and fixes. But a lot of it has been lip service because cheaters are still a massive issue in this game. Regardless of what other people want to tell you, they are a problem. But I think we also have to mention that sometimes people that are being identified as cheaters are not in fact cheaters. But if you have been identified as one by players, whether it's through reporting or whatever it might be, you are placed in the shadowban system, or as Activision likes to put it, limited matchmaking. And I don't know how I feel about limited matchmaking. Like, I've never found myself there personally, but I imagine it's not a very fun time. But this is what they have to say about it. Limited matchmaking is a necessary part of the system as an immediate reaction to the detection of suspicious activity. LMM allows accounts to continue to play matches online in a separate pool from standard matchmaking as our team examines and collects all evidence necessary for further action, if needed. Being placed in limited matchmaking doesn't signal someone is a confirmed cheater, but an alarm was raised that requires examination. There are several ways an alarm could be tripped, including a major change in the account's behavior, or if a brand new account is dropping improbable stats, to name a few. This all sounds well and good. Again, it would suck to be there, but now it seems that Activision's anti-cheat team finally introduced a new update that expedites the review process to reduce the time accounts are in limited matchmaking. I think that's fine. I don't know if this is the best system, but it feels like a necessary evil to the current ecosystem that exists as a result of cheaters. It sucks. I don't think legitimate players should ever be forced to play with real cheaters all the time, but this is the system we have. I'm not the one here advocating for it, but I see its purpose. I understand why it's in the game. I'm just wondering if there's a better system, a better way of being able to not hurt the overall experience of other players with cheaters who are actually cheating and those who are just suspected of it. But that's why the Ricochet anti-cheat team gets paid the big bucks. They've got to be the ones to figure this out. Because unfortunately, the shadowban system is not everyone's favorite right now. Because yes, legitimate players do get placed in it, and it did happen. And it did result in thousands of players being banned back in Modern Warfare 3. That happened just a few months ago. So I think it's important that Call of Duty takes the necessary steps to attack cheaters. I think going after cheat manufacturers and resellers is a great way to do that. But I think it's also important to put proper safeguards in place with your anti-cheat system. Seems that they've done some of that. Again, a lot of what we talked about today wasn't necessarily targeted at cheaters. Unlock tools, stuff like that, doesn't really matter. Spam reporting, we don't really care necessarily. And then, of course, clarifying the shadowban system, to me, really doesn't fulfill me with more confidence that there's going to be less cheaters in Season 3. Especially with Verdansk coming back, I think it is crucial that they nail their anti-cheat system for Season 3. That we see tangible and meaningful differences between where the game was in Season 2 to where it is now. And if players are coming back and trying to experience Black Ops 6 in Warzone for the first time in months, they should be able to see real changes, real differences right when they log in. It shouldn't feel like the exact same game where cheaters are running rampant. So hopefully Ricochet's up to the task. Hopefully they're ready with a much better experience for all. Except for cheaters, of course. Screw the cheaters. I think we need to humiliate the cheaters, but In reality, we just need to get rid of them. It's never going to be a net zero, but if we can limit them the best we can, I think that's the important process that they need to target. Anyways, that's it for the video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts regarding anything and everything we talked about. Maybe your view on shadow banning, maybe your view on spam reporting. Heck, let me know how you feel about the elimination of dozens of different cheat manufacturers and suppliers. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in that comment section. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.